Hey everyone, and welcome to match night 2 of the PHCL season 3. I'm Tunzi. I'm going to be running the show tonight, and I am joined by probably the second best voice in the PHCL, Mr. Bass Guy.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and behind the scenes tonight, we have the wonderful Frozen, making sure everything is running smoothly and taking care of all the technical side of things. But we've got some great action for you guys tonight. We don't have a ton of time before the match is supposed to start, so we're gonna roll through things super quickly. But first, I gotta shout out our awesome sponsors over here in the PHCL. We got MG Eclipse, who is one of our premier partners. MG Eclipse, go check them out. They have a Halo community that focuses on having friendly environment for people of all skill levels to play together. They host 4v4 game night lobbies almost every day. They do tournaments every weekend. They do draft-based leagues, and they're an active open community Discord server. If you need more details about MG Eclipse, DM at Final Boss or check him out on his Xbox gamer tag, which is Final Boss. Additionally, we also have Amped Comics in the house. Amped Comics, awesome comic book store. And if you enjoy collecting comics or looking for a new hobby, go check out Amped Comics. They are on eBay or whatnot. If you're looking to sell your collection, maybe you found some old stuff laying around, contact Amped Comics at ampedcomics.com. They buy everything. So go check them out. And the last shout out goes to our league sponsor, TMG. Thank you so much for their league sponsorship. It's a huge support for the PHCL. And TMG, at this time, they're Halo focused and not on any other title. Their main goal is to facilitate players into a position where winning is more realistic by enabling them to focus more on their gameplay. They build the brand together, and they're creating in-house solutions for players to better monetize themselves. These are players that are sponsors, and they are a community-driven gaming organization. Check them out. They're great they're great supporters of the PHCL. Great organization over there, ran by Captain Doo. If you need any more info on them, go check them out. But enough talk about sponsors. We're here to watch some Halo. We're here to get in on some action. If you guys notice on our ticker tonight, we're not going to talk through the matches so much that have already happened, but we have our ticker going through, shouting out the results from the matches earlier this week, the points total. So if you just keep an eye on that ticker, you're going to see what results have happened. If you're curious on see how the standings look so far this week, go check out the Discord. We have our standings linked in the schedule section. Now, tonight, we have two teams going at it to start us off. We're starting with Only the Best taking on 20R. And just a reminder for everybody, our Week 1 maps are Strongholds Livefire, Slayer Streets, Ctf Bazaar, Oddball Recharge, and Slayer Aquarius. All 5 of these maps are going to be played. Each map is worth 2 points, right? You take the win, you get the 2 points. You get the draw, each team gets 1. If you lose it, you get nothing. So every point matters over the course of this regular season. Now, Base Guy, you want to introduce our rosters for the 2 teams we have in match 1 tonight?
Yeah, all right. Well, we have OTB's roster. We're kicking that off with E-Mains. Also, a huge shout out to E-Mains in chat, dropping off some biddies in support of the PHCL there. That's fantastic. Followed by Little 999. We have Styles and V Cinder. Then over on the 20R side, they have Coach Scary Larry, players Rev McBurgers, Thigh Ghost, Gangstology, Hale, and Daddy Lock. You'll see them in game. Gangstology as Energizing and Daddy Lock as Buddha Boy. And their team captain is Prime Timeo. Is it Timeo or Timeo?
Whatever way we want to pronounce it, because we're in the broadcaster.
Whatever way we
everybody else is.
There we go. I love it.
Yes. And that's, great rosters on both sides. OTB climbing the ranks a little bit to get to where they're at right now, showing out in the play-in tournament with some upset wins. And 20R maybe not coming out on top of their group like they were expecting to, causing them to fall into Division 2. And yeah, just a reminder, chat, it is 2 points per win. We had to update it because our bracket websites don't let us put in half points. So it still plays out to roughly the same thing. But, we don't want to linger too long. We only have a couple minutes before we're supposed to get this match going. So I am going to start a prediction in the chat. But first, I'm going to pass it over to Base Guy to maybe talk about what he expects to see tonight, what he's maybe looking at, what this possible result could be from our first match tonight.
All right. Well, given the fact that we've seen OTB be pretty dominant, that upset over Aurora, I'm kind of rooting for him. They're a pretty monster team going into this, and they've got a little more time to gel as a team than 20R has, with a little bit of the turnover they've had over there. So I'm kind of leaning in their direction, but I am really excited to see how 20R takes that turnover and comes together, and see if Scary Larry can really pull these boys into a monster team together. So, how are you feeling about this matchup, Tanzi?
OTB, they're the lovable underdogs going into this. I think they climb the ranks to get to where they're at, so they're definitely the Cinderella story here in Division 2. It'll be interesting to see if they can get it going. Definitely coming up against what I think is one of the stronger teams in Division 2. Sadly, feel-good stories don't always translate into the results that you want them to. So I'm going to have to pick with my brain here. I'm going to say 20R takes 8 points tonight, meaning they win 4 maps to the 1 map that I think OTB is going to take. We've seen teams be able to sneak out a Slayer win. Aquarius Slayer is a great map. I think they can squeak it out game 5. We'll see what ends up happening there, but I don't think OTB has enough here to really dominate this series. But they have a great team chemistry, and if anybody can keep their heads up and active in this, then it's going to be OTB. But I think 20R's quality is just going to shine through a little bit too much tonight. But yeah, I think we're right around the 8 o'clock time. Predictions are open in the chat, guys. We don't want to keep you guys waiting on the Halo action. So I think if we can get a basically, if you want to type in the chat here in our game lobby that we already have formed up, and let them know that we are ready to go whenever they are, I think we can start getting this show on the road.
For sure.
All right. So we're going to be opening up with live fire. I think we're going to start with the main guy over on OTB. I think we're going to start out with Styles as our perspective of choice. I think that'd be a great one to ride along with to start off. I just think he's going to be the difference maker for him. V Cinder as well. Both are going to be huge aspects for the Slayer side of OTB. I'm going to go ahead and type it in the game chat there for you, base guy. As we wait for it, we're letting them know we're ready here. And we can continue to move on forward. Any maps you have circled as a potential upsets, the upset possibilities higher on for tonight, base guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Aquarius specifically, because I've run into E-mains on it. They're really, really great at taking advantage of that map, especially if they can play as well together as I've seen them do in scrims in the past. So, but otherwise, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the 3-2 here on these guys.
Okay, we got a 3-2. I think it's going to be a close series. I think sometimes we see that results in matches don't necessarily match what the final score is. I think we're going to see a bunch of close matches tonight. How many points we see go each team's way is going to be the interesting thing to figure out as we start loading into our matchup tonight. Praying for no DCs here on the main stage. We had a couple DCs mess up the flow of 2 fantastic matches of on our match night broadcast number 1. But let's jump on board with Styles here as our first perspective. We see them moving towards B side, looking back towards Sandbox. Good red team presence over here on B side, looking to get early point control here. But see, falling all the way over to the blue squad. But no, actually it's reset. Good fight engaging here on Sandbags as Burgers is chasing top mid. He goes down to Styles as Styles is moving around, controlling the map quite well. And this is good points for OTB off the start here. You never know how many points you're going to be able to get later in the game, so it's great to grab when you can. He's looking down the scope on Primetime. Good snipe shot there. He's got him 1 shot on scoreboard, but a big blue team push knocks him off of his perch there on shortcuts. And that's going to be active camo going the way of Primetime. Let's hop on board with Primetime as he's going to hopefully use that camo to get something going for his squad. Or Overshield, I'm so sorry. Sitting C with OS here. as he's looking. Got some pressure coming from bridge side and pressure top mid from E-Mains. I don't think that no-scope hit. He's going to have to retreat to the backside of C, and he goes down quickly, not able to use that OS for any sort of really help here. And this is a great start if you're OTB. What are you seeing from the squad that's really getting them going, base guy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing OTB really taking advantage of that 2-point lead there at the beginning. And they're doing a great job of pushing those points together. If you saw that, Primetime really got pinched pretty effectively by OTB taking over C. That miss on the no-scope really hurt him there, it looked like. So let's see.
That that ability to no-scope with a sniper rifle is so much different now than what it was before. Let's hop on over with Liddy, as he seems to be the one kind of getting some kills going on the side of OTB right now, really controlling the match. Sitting here nest side, moving back across towards B. This is a presence here for 20R. Good team shots by McBurgers as he takes out our guy here, Liddy. And let's go over with McBurgers. He's a very recent signing for this squad. And look, good full control here from 20R as they try to get themselves reset. A's going the way of OTB right now, but good contest here going sandbags. Got him to one shot. Sitting there, waiting for team help. There's some good red team presence over here on the scoreboard side of Garage. You're not going to want to poke your head in there. He's got to survive for a bit. He goes down without taking down a single trade. That's big for OTB as they look to reset the map and get some points back on the board. Now,
yeah, back over to Thygos to see how the rest of this battle's going here up on Overlook. Yeah, OTB is doing a really great job of just keeping them off of points and being able to push out here.
Yeah, Thygos going down there in cave, no production there. Once again, we see that sniper rifle not really getting to be used the same quality ways that we noticed in Halo 3 back in the day. But 4 people were down a second ago for Red Squad there, and that's not good. We're seeing 20R get some control over this game again, as I'm on board with Primetime still. He's got a 5-3-3 score line. He's being contested. He goes down top mid without getting the trade there. But better rotations coming from 20R right now. We're seeing their slaying ability start to catch up and, pull them away from the red squad here of OTB. And that's what you expect to see here on these stronghold game types. It's one of the toughest ones to really get your to really get the upset, because so often the best team really does take it. As we see a great double kill here from Styles, as I'm riding along board with him. He's trying to survive here in bottom green and just keep his team getting some sort of points. He's got a needler coming at his face and he goes down, but some zones going the red team's way now. But once again, we see blue team jumping right back on it. That rotation is absolutely crucial. Base guy, what's one of the most annoying things when you're running this map on live fire when a team rotates really well?
I mean, when they're rotating really well, you're just constantly getting hit from multiple angles. There's not a lot of great places to hide on this map. You're kind of going to have to keep moving that rotation around the map, especially if you've got such a dominant slaying team here. They're just going to need to start putting feet on points to stop the clock against 20R here. I don't know if that's going to happen. We are starting to see that lead go more and more in their direction.
Yeah, ever since the beginning of the game, we've seen the kills start sliding over to the ways of 20R, and the more those kills start sliding that way, the higher the blue team total points get. But now we're seeing a little bit more rotation from OTB as they have some control. They're going to finally get some scoring going again. They haven't really scored for the last couple minutes. V-Cinder goes down here, but he trades at the bottom side. Let's hop on board with E-Mains. He's probably one of the more calm-minded players on this squad. If we could have a listen in, it would be great, but we haven't quite have that set up yet. But it'll be interesting to see where he decides to position himself to help get his team in a good spot. He spawns A here. Good crouch position here behind the column. Sitting back, but pressure is coming from every single angle here on E-Mains as he goes down sandbox, and that's a double kill for Energizing. And once again, 3 down for the red squad as total control is now going the way of 20R. And I think we need to ride along with Energizing here for a bit. He's been all over the map. He's the kill leader in the map so far. He sees Liddy over there on Nest. He puts the shots in, trying to survive over here on the bridge, Cubby, and he goes down. They never dealt with the guy there on Nest. That comes back to haunt them, and that's a 2-kill swing to the side of OTB. But this has me a little bit. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, that was one of those tough decisions there. You know, he got a couple shots into that guy, and he was going to let it go to his teammate, it looked like, so he could go ahead and turn towards B and make sure that he was getting the shots cleared over there, but just didn't pan out. And sometimes that's going to be the tricky part with a team that has had a little bit of turnover, where they don't quite have that mesh.
Yes, absolutely. You know, you think something's taken care of and it's not quite there, and it's one of those things. It catches up to you as Styles and Primetime go at it, and Styles goes at a lot of these 1v1s going the way of 20R, which is what you kind of expect with the quality of this 20R team. They're a good squad. OTB's kind of trying to punch above their way here, and they're only 40 points down, but it has just been really all 20R since the beginning stages of this map. And it is even more so that now, as they just lost their full control, but maintain that BC control. As I'm riding along with Styles here, he's 9-11 right now, but nades coming their way and taking him out. As we see double-digit deaths on everybody on OTB and single-digit deaths on everybody on 20R, and that just kind of showcases the way this map is going right now. As McBurgers picks up 2, and he is now the kill leader here on this map, putting in a great performance. Everybody positive over there on 20R side, and you know, when you're getting outslayed on this map, it's tough to come back. As Energizing picks up another double kill, and we are just waiting for OTB to figure something out here.
Yeah, it starts to get a bit demoralizing. We've got such a delta between teams in this lane department. And I mean, that's not to say that OTB isn't doing a fantastic job of just working the map. I mean, the score is not that far apart, but I think we are going to see this one start to slip a little bit more as 20R just continues to get a firm grasp on their slaying ability here for sure.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where OTB is getting these short little stints of points, and they're not able to get much bigger point runs just because it's costing them so much every time they try to get some. And ooh, Styles goes down there top middle, but he takes down 2. That's 3 down now for 20R, and this is a good point runs here for OTB. I like to see them sitting here back green, control that AB setup, don't overextend yourself, keep your numbers tight, as we see all of the blue squad over there on Nest side. That teammate's gonna cause some problems for Liddy, as we see Styles go down, and now we see some pressure coming from 20R. But really good really close gap right here, but 3 down for Red Squad, as this should be 20R getting control of B. And let's go over to McBurgers for a bit, as he is the one moving from B into garage here, peeking towards that column side, and there's no presence from OTB in A here. They're looking to swap C for A, and they need to get something going here quick, as 200 points was just hit by 20R. Peeking towards bridge side, B sender, sitting columns. Nice use of the repulsor there to try to live, but he does go down on the garage side, and that's 2 down for 20R, and more control over for OTB. I said it earlier before the match. This squad is the squad that's going to keep their head. They're going to stay level-headed. They have great communication. They're in control again. They have BC set up here. They've closed the gap down from almost like 80 to now they're sitting only about 30 behind this squad here, and they're looking to rotate towards A. They have some callouts that C side is basically swamped with blue team. They take out player columns, and now it's OTB in control. Look at that. Great job by them. You want to keep them spawning C here. Really control the map. I see some sniper bullets coming the way. Let's see if sniper gets involved here. 4 up for both squad, and the gap just getting smaller and smaller. Great kill with the heat wave by Styles before he goes down.
You know, it's certainly been said before, but slaying ability is not the entire game here, and OTB is just doing a fantastic job of really taking advantage of the points that they do get when they get them. I mean, we just saw a triple cap from them where they're almost, you know, half the kills on the board right now of the other team. So this is pretty impressive. We're only looking at about a 12-point lead here for the team leading with
and almost double the kills over the way. Going the way. Great repulsor incredible off the map by Styles, and that's 2 down for the blue squad. 3 down actually, as they get B. C's going the way of 20R. quick rotation over to A from Styles. He's having a heck of a game. I had him circled as my main guy to watch here, and he's showing out good pressure from scoreboard side. Nades coming in. Repulsor and a great kill
repulsor
there. Yes. I was wondering if it was going to get the splatter there against the wall. Another kill goes the way of Styles, as he is the one running the show here for OTB. Using that repulsor well, put some good shots in for Liddy to clean it up.
And again, we see this game slipping closer and closer to an OTB lead. 3 points. We're off by 3 points here.
Yes, E-Mains is sitting there on the top of C right there, watching the bridge side. And once again, we have an OTB lead now. They've closed the gap so much. They're in the lead, and they're in the lead when it matters. Big fight here from E-Mains. Can he take out Thygos? No, some help comes in as Energizing helps knock him out. But V-Cinder's coming that way. He cleans it up, and he's now the one controlling C. And that is not good if you are 20R. As we are sitting on with V-Cinder now as he's looking top mid. He's got pressure coming from cut side, putting some shots in. Great kill there. One more coming towards C-Rails. He's got to pick up one more shot on him. And a double kill there as he peeks and plays his life here. 5 points from victory if you're OTB right now, as another kill goes the way of V-Cinder and his squad. And OTB take game 1. They chased it down, baby. What a
Who
series.
Knew first game was going to throw that prediction right out the window.
What? I said they were going to win 1, so I'm still on track. But my goodness, they said, I don't care how much you slay us. We're going to stick together as a team. We've got a plan. And they did it. They played within themselves, and they took control of that game. And I think that team chemistry on OTB really paid off towards the end there, because we saw their slaying ability finally start to catch up to 20R, and it turned the match around, and they got the points at the end when it really mattered. And wow, if you're OTB, you've got to be feeling really, really good about what you just did there. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. Yeah. You're down 100 halfway through the game. You're sitting there probably 190 to 90, and you pull it all the way back to a 250 to 217 win. You have everybody in chat talking about that good stuff there, right? Shout out to OTB. Great stuff from them in that map. Now, though, they have to survive a Slayer game mode.
I was just about to address that. Going back over to the scoreboard, if you take a look there, they really got on top of their slaying at the end of that. I mean, they closed the gap significantly at the end of that match. There was a couple of times where we saw 20R go down 3 to 4 people, and just, Styles was on one. OTB came back like 6 kills at the little Liddy OTB came back like 6 kills at the end there. Just really cooking. I've got good feelings for them in a Slayer match. Yeah, right now they're focusing.
I'm throwing my prediction out the window. Anything's possible now,
dude. They were really focusing on the objectives. Just imagine what they're going to do when they cut loose.
Yes, and I'm going to just remind everybody to keep this, to make sure our stream doesn't mess up with the way the teams go. If you swap to observer and swap back, it keeps the lobby from getting broken. So let's go ahead and do that so we don't mess up this great match or ruin any of the momentum. And I'm going to tell them we're ready to go for game 2 here, OTB versus 20R. All right, what are you going to be looking for here on Streets, Base Guy? Are you going to be looking for what side of the map do you think teams need to be playing around? What are you looking for the team that's going to be in control here?
Gosh, I mean, obviously this map it's really easy to pull off some serious multi-kills with rockets. So power weapon control is going to be huge. I think we might see them play that arcade street / like P side a bit, but I'm not quite as good at this game as these guys are. I'll be completely transparent there. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to play it. I think this became a really, really close Slayer game after that. You've got a team that's coming off a really hot win, and a team that's going to have to do a little bit of balancing, talk with the coach, figure out how they need to address this monster that OTB became in front of them for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see how this newer team, this team with not as much chemistry, bounces back from a devastating little loss there. I want to kind of jump on with Thigh Ghost here. I think saw his name a couple times on the last map. I think he's going to be a big part of this Slayer match here for 20R. Let's see if they can really control it, right? I think they're the better Slayers. OTB showed that they can hang with them and beat them towards the end of last match, but can they do it consistently? Can they do it throughout the entire 5-game series? We're about to find out because their first test comes here, Slayer Streets. It's a pretty wide open map as far as things go, and I'm jumping my perspective on over to Thygos as we see him pushing Cafe side towards P Street, grabbing that shotgun. I like the use of it, just using that drop shield to really control things. E-Main's down below him there. Good kill on E-Main's, peeking at V-Sender, looking to survive there, and he drops on back to A side, and the first 3 kills go the way of 20R. And this is what you want to see if you're 20R. You've got them trapped in C, and you can just nade them out of driveway and really control this map here. Don't get over aggressive. Force them to come to you guys. You have the control. 4-1 now, but look, we're seeing all these players for OTB spawning C with really nowhere to go because the angles are covered. We have V-Sender sitting top stairs there, Liddy pushing out. Good rotation here by Thygos as he's sitting there, and he goes down to a great nade by V-Sender. And let's go over on board with V-Sender as they finally push out. They break the little setup that that 20R was in, and we see him pushing Cafe side, peeking Brick, pushing towards top A. Prime time sliding through planters. Great nade coming over the top of his head. V-Center having to survive here. Good kill assist as he goes down to a cross shot from Energizing. As Energizing coming across, McBurgers picks up a kill as well. And 5 kills already for Prime time on the side of 20R. That's got to be somebody we got to go to next. As I'm riding along with him as he takes down Styles. He's looking to survive in PD there. Great slide, but he goes down as E-Mains chases him down into the back of PD. And now it's a 9-6 Slayer game, right? This initial setup is broken, and now we can see OTB grow into the game like they did on Strongholds as McBurgers takes top C, and Styles is sitting here on B rails trying to survive, play his life. What have you seen so far from this match, Base Guy?
Well, you know, that initial setup looked really good, but it didn't look like it cost OTB a ton. Obviously, we're looking at the scoreboard. Okay, it's starting to slip away now that I say something, but it was only about a 3-point lead.
Commentator, man.
Of course.
Sitting driveway here with Styles.
Yeah, we are seeing kind of a reverse of what was going on over there. Although it does look like they have Cafe Street over on the side of 20R here.
Yeah, a lot more trades going on at this point in the map. You know, keeping it within arm's length, but I think good one-on-one fight there between Styles and Thygos, and Styles gets the perfect and takes him out there on driveway. Really looking to help his team get some control over this map. We see a lot of kills going the way of OTB here in the later stages, and they're the ones now forcing the C spawn on this squad, this 20R squad, as we have a B-rail setup and a purple street presence as well. Pushing into C, being a little bit more aggressive. Prime time up top. Good call out here by Styles as he's trying to let Liddy know where Primetime is in there in C Street, as Primetime's trying to run for his life out of that section, and he is surviving. He is causing some issues and some turmoil for this squad, and McBurger shows up to clean up the kill. Oh, he goes down.
Wow,
what a great win by Styles there. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to hop on over and show some love to Energizing here, as he's the one bottom mid, trying to survive, jumping into Brick, looking to create some presence for 20R, as once again, we see that C spawn now is where they have the OTB set up. Shotgun use, misses a couple shots, finally trades, but a couple shots missed there probably ends up costing him his life. And that's not something you can afford here in these close matches. Mistakes will catch up to you. He just spawned let's go back on board with Primetime, as he's the 11 kill leader of this group, as he picks up an assist. Little friendly shot in the back there, but it doesn't cost him his life, as he's moving to top A to get some perspective on this map. Sees the call out there on Arcade. Yep. He moves straight towards it. Great use of the drop shield, but they blow through it. Styles and E-Main's great team shot there. Rockets is down bottom mid still. Styles playing his life. Let's go on with E-Mains here, as he's moving up B stairs, and he's looking for those cross shots there from the brick building, trying to survive columns. They close this gap to 1. Primetime takes him out though on B stairs, as it's 25-24. This is, once again, same thing we saw in the last match, right? OTB needs a little bit of time to grow into this game, and they're starting to do that a bit. Great kill by McBurgers there. But yeah, much more balanced Slayer-wise than it was on Live Fire, and I think that's what you were talking about, weren't you, Base Guy?
Yeah, and I think we're seeing OTB's ability as a little bit more of a tight-knit team to start to read how their opponents are playing a bit more, and you're seeing it with the scoreboard, right? We went from a 6-kill deficit to now it's a tied game, 28-28, as they start to really grow into this match, and I think we might see that as kind of a theme with them all night as they figure out how their opponents are going to play the maps.
Yep.
And that again ties into what you're saying, where Emains is a pretty level-headed player, and they're taking the time to really address the problems as they come up.
Yep, Styles sitting here on Planter, surviving with the rest of his team. Great. I like seeing their teammates working together. Energizer putting some shots in. Great win there by Styles. He's finally cleaned up there by Rev McBurgers, who's somebody having a little bit of a slow game. Thigh Ghost and Rev McBurgers, a little bit on the slow side from 20R right now. If they can pick it up, this team can start to pull away. But right now, it's anybody's game in this game 2 Slayer. Energizing sitting top C. Styles putting some shots in him. He does go down. And let's go on over with Primetime, as he is the one who seems to be controlling this game for 20R, as they have extended their lead now to 35-31. He's using that shotgun again. Spanker is on the field, though. Let's see if this could be a big moment in the match, because it could be a 2-kill swing to whoever picks up this Spanker here. B-Stairs presence, and ooh, a little bit of an overextension there from Primetime as he gets caught out by OTB, and this could be something that gives OTB Spanker control. It looks like Energizing is the one with Spanker. Yes, and he uses it to take out Emains, but that's a trade there by Emains with a great nade towards top middle. Let's go on over to Energizing here as we see him top A, peeking towards Arcade, moving through Brick. He's got 2 red players on this time. He knows where one is, but he's not really sure where the other is. He's doing a great job of moving around. Got a call out for bottom C. Peeking at B, Sender takes him out. Moving towards the stairs now, chasing down Emates. He's going to see him right around the corner here. Great kill by Liddy, helping keep his teammate alive as both teams continue to trade. But the advantage has to be... Yeah, it's gone towards 20R right now, as they're 8 kills away with a 5-kill lead.
Take a look at McBurger.
Yeah.
We are seeing him kind of get those numbers on the scoreboard as well. He's come back. Although if you go ahead and take a look at the assists there, he has been putting in quite a bit of time helping out Primetime and Energizing clean up those kills.
Oh, absolutely. Both, I mean, all the players on 20R doing a good job of helping each other pick up the kills. And some great play there by McBurgers as he hits that spike grenade, then picks up the 1-shot kill there. 2 kills away. They've got this one pretty much in the bag. Great kill once again by McBurgers. All he needed were the broadcasters to jump on board with him for a little bit to start popping off. And that is going to be game 2 over to the side of 20R. And we have an even series, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Well, I may have spoken too soon.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like,
sorry, OTB, I gotta stop shouting you guys out there.
That map has to be one of those maps where if you have the right setups and you get those spawn placements, you know, you get the enemy team on a bad spawn rotation, you know, you start chasing the game. If you're OTB, you get yourself in a bad rotation, and all of a sudden you're chasing the game, and chasing the game is not where you want to be in a Slayer game mode, because you only have so many deaths that you can give up before that L comes up on the scoreboard. But 20R, great performance there. That was, you know, more of what I would have expected, right? We see Primetime and Energizing both with 16 kills, coming through big for their squads and showcasing that the Slayer ability is in favor of 20R here. And that's going to be something that OTB is going to have to deal with throughout the match. And as I swap in and out from a team back to Observer to keep ourselves from breaking this lobby, because it is great momentum going on between the two. But all great momentum gets slowed down by a large, slow map. And that map we're going to now is Ctf Bazaar, which is got to be one of the most slow-paced maps here, because it you're basically playing 2 high points with a low point in the middle that every time you enter that low point, you're probably going to die. So it's you have to slay out so many different rotations to get that flag across. It'll be interesting to see. I think this plays in favor of OTB, though. They can play it slow. They can work the control of the map and hopefully utilize that teamwork. But they have to value their lives a little bit more like we saw them do at the end of Live Fire. And if they can get some slays going their way, I think their teamwork can help them take this one. But 20R is not going to make it easy on them.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think you're 100% correct there. I think that team dynamic over there is still pretty fantastic, and it is going to lean in their favor. But 20R also coming off of that win, that was not, at the end, it was not a close match. They really did start to slay out quite hard. So if we can see them kind of execute at that level on this map, I think it's going to be a pretty exciting CTF game.
I agree completely. And I just let our lobby know that we are ready to roll into this next map. And I really think this is going to be a momentum decider for the rest of the series. If OTB can get it, I think they can keep this series close. But if 20R takes 2 maps in a row, I really think they're going to build off of that momentum and really start running this series the way that they're supposed to, because their confidence is going to grow. Their team chemistry is only going to get better as they continue to run these maps together. As we start loading into Bazaar CTF, this is, CTF games now 100% of the time really go to time. So, I don't expect any team to get 5 caps here. I expect it to be a little bit of a slugfest. And I expect us to end up maybe in that 3-1 range, 4 flags here. But like I said, it all is going to depend on how OTB handles the slaying power of 20R. Because we saw them handle it well on live fire towards the end of the map. But when we moved over to streets, it became too much for them again. So good teamwork is needed here. I want to start out with E-Mains here off of the spawn, because he's going to be the main coordinator of whatever OTB is going to be doing here. And it'll be interesting to see where he decides to position himself on the map.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go ahead and pull him up over on mine.
All right.
We see him on board with E-Mains. BR here.
He's the one peeking towards the lockers over there. He's got McBurger's Absolute. That's going to be a good nade. That's got to cause some problems, as McBurger's is barely alive. Barely alive as Prime Time finally chases down that OS. And I think it's in his back pocket still. I don't think he's popped it off. And that could be an OS brought towards the main gate of OTB, as we see just a lot of trades here off the start, as we expect to see here on Bazaar, right? Both teams looking for that 50-yard line control before they can really move up and do anything on the objective side. Basically, who do you want to ride along with for a bit? I'll pass it on over to you to give us some play-by-play here for a little bit.
I kind of want to take a look at Prime Time here. We've got him pushing into tree over on OTB's side. And a pretty aggressive move right into OTB's base. Let's see if this pays off. They do have 2 down. Yeah, if he can move it up out of the tree here without getting dropped, this might be a great pull for them. They've got someone on bridge watching market for him as well. This might be first cap right out. Wow. What a play.
And this is what I was talking about. If you look at the kills on both sides of the scoreboard here, we only see 3 kills on the side of OTB, and we see double digits on the side of 20R as they are looking to assert the control. And I like what I just saw there from Prime Time and this squad. They're not taking it too slow, right? They know if they press the gas here, they can put massive pressure on OTB and not give OTB a chance to breathe. If you give OTB a chance to breathe, they're going to cause some problems for you. As we see Primetime once again being the presence on the OTB side of the map as he moves into BR, hiding behind the counter here, looking to get the rest of his team pushed up, maybe get some call-outs. He is isolated right now, but he's got a good spot to help his team get the overshield that's about to pop up as Thygos moves forward. Liddy has no idea that he's being watched, and Prime Time goes down, and, just a couple trades in the middle of the map once again. But we're going to need to see something here from V-Sender, who still has no kills yet.
He really did spend his life wisely there, though. We see 20R pushing in with OS. It allowed his team to really get great position. They had 3 down on OTB.
And Rev pushing up and causing some trouble here, Blue Alley.
Play.
Yeah, he goes down though, but yeah, the slaying ability, right? And I I gave him a hard time last game because of it was a little negative for the most of the game, but Thygos here leading the lobby in kills with 7 so far this map, really showcasing his ability to help his squad. But I'm starting to see some kills pop over on the side of OTB. They need to slow this game down. They need to get some control. And it looks like it's Emains who's right now, he's the kill leader for the squad, trying to help get some control of the team. But V-Sender and Liddy struggling at the moment to really get too much going, as he's in a fight here with Primetime, and Primetime takes him down to keep that rocket control on the side of 20R, but he goes down to Styles, and Styles is the one who controls rockets now, as we're on board with Emains, who just died at market. And once again, I said, if you find yourself in the low part of this map, you're going to end up dead very quickly here, and that's what we're seeing from a lot of these guys, as Styles is the one trying to push through and create some stuff for his team now, holding that rocket side. That rocket and locker control is so important here, as he sends a rocket towards the way of McBurgers, gets one, gets 2 for the double kill,
Styles.
And that's a great thing. That's what we need to see from OTB, something to start getting the kills going their way, because when you get some kills going your way, you can finally get some control of the map. I'd love to see some overshield control from OTB as well here, but at Primetime is the one who has the eyes for it right now, as he is waiting patiently to see if OTB overextends for it, and that's what he was waiting on. But Styles gets it off as he comes around the corner and shock nades and takes him out. Great job by Styles living there, as he played a little bit of ring around the rosies with him, chasing him around market there to keep that OS and get it in favor of OTB. But good job by OTB here, slowing down the game and really starting to get some control over this map. They need control here, as there's a big fight going on in the BR side of the map. 2 kills go the way of OTB.
Bloodbath.
2 kills go the way of 20R, and once again we're just seeing back and forth slaying from both of these squads, as OTB has grown into the game a little bit. Let's go on board.
I was gonna say,
with...
we're watching OTB put pressure on the other side of the map, which is really good to see here.
Yes, we see Primetime here holding the top gate on the OTB side of the map, no, on his 20R side of the map, but a lot of pressure coming in. Those shock nades just, they're devastating, right? They chase you around, you can't get away from them. They help teams know where you are, and great, oop, that's an unfortunate couple of misses there by Primetime, as he wasn't able to pick up that kill columns. Playing his life though smartly, trying to keep some control over the map. Him and Styles battling it out here on tree side, as he sits and waits. A lot of red bodies here on this side of the map, and this is good pressure from OTB. Let's see if they can continue building on a great cleanup by V-Sender there, as he continues to move through. I'm on board with V-Sender still, as he goes down on tree side, but pressure seems to be going the way of OTB here, which is great to see.
Yeah, this is again turning into sort of a different team. We saw 20R being a lot more aggressive at the beginning. They were able to get that really fast push, and that's the unique thing about Infinite, right? If you have that momentum, if you get that speed going, it can be really hard to stop that freight train running at you if you have 3 people just aggressively running down to the other side.
Yes, and Primetime, speaking of getting momentum, he picks up 2 kills with the OS. Still has quite a bit of shield left. And it looks like rockets are on the side. Great play by Liddy there, as he noob combos Primetime to take out that OS threat that was pushing into tree. But now 2 down for OTB, as...
Yep, 20R has rockets coming into OTB side as well.
I believe it's on board with Rev, who has the rockets right now, as he's putting shots in across the map. All right, both flags are going to be out. It looks like both flags are going to make its way to the top, the 50-yard line. Liddy goes down, killing spree for Rev, as he's doing some good work. That rocket doesn't seem to find its mark though, and OTB needs to keep this squad off of the flag return here. This could be devastating if they miss it. They don't want to go 2-0 down here. Great kills by Styles, as he takes out 2 there to get the trade, but Thigh goes with 2 on the other side of the map, as 1 flag is returned already, but this red flag is in a bad spot if you're OTB, and I think this is going to be a cap, as Primetime picks it up, takes it up the stairs, and not much hurry at all for the second cap of the round. And there's only 4.5 minutes left for OTB to make something happen here, as they really stalled out the game for as long as they could there at that middle section, but weren't able to put much offense on the board. As let's go on over with Styles again. He seems to be the one trying to make the plays happen for OTB, and he's going to have to be at the center of anything that happens here. And I don't know why I call out which perspective I'm going out on, because it seems to just get people killed. As we see Styles go down immediately as we go over to his perspective. But a great performance here from Rev McBurgers and Thygos, as they just really have picked it up here once again on this map, showcasing their ability.
And you see them regularly working their way around the OTB line there, very consistently getting kills that are starting by shooting them in the back from their own side, which is really, really devastating. I think Styles was on a heater, and then Rev just absolutely turns that around. Oh my goodness, this
great stuff here from OTB as they have 3 down on the blue side. V-Cinder sitting on the double gates here. He's on the back side of everything. He just went down. There's a lot of action going on in front of him. He sees Thygos here on his blue alley side, and there's 2 guys now alley side. Now this is what's so hard about Bazaar. Not only do you have to get that first slay, you have to be ready to win a fight at the 50 after you pull the flag. As we see the flag being returned here, as Primetime moves into BR, fighting it out with Liddy, and he wins that one once again, as we just see the slaying ability of 20R really taking control of this map. Takes out E-Mains, takes out, nope, not quite the one who got V-Center there, as the last shot goes away to one of his teammates. But yeah, just nothing able for OTB to do here.
Another flag right there.
As yes, 3-0 to the way of 20R, as rockets are grabbed by Primetime here as he's moving around looking to cause some trouble on the red base side, as he is just playing sneaky with these rockets real quick. I feel bad whoever's the first person to eat it, and V-Cinder gets him before he gets him, but it is ultimately a trade, and that's all you have to do right now if you're 20R. We do have 3 down on the side of 20R, but they've got full control of this game. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Do you see any way back for 20R here? I mean, for OTB, base guy?
2 minutes is not a lot of time to get some back-to-back flag runs on this map, especially with how aggressive the other team is as far as slaying power goes. There's one person on 20R that isn't positive right now for KD ratio. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. The rotation
just slaying out in market.
Yeah, the rotations by this squad are just huge, as Rev picks up another kill. Nice use with the Mangler there as he puts some shots down range. Great stuff by him there. Another shot on an E-Mains. Looking for another. He's on a killing spree. Picks up the double kill as well, as he is making a difference for this squad. 22 kills, really showcasing his talent as he gets a good look on the basement spawns that are going on there. Takes out E-Mains as well, is now the kill leader in the lobby. Another kill assist for him as well. 23 kills, 12 assists. Flags are being pulled now. You know, it's desperation time for OTB. It's one of those things, it doesn't matter if you lose 5-0 or 3-0, right? You've got to go for it here. They're probably going to give up a couple more flag caps every now and then, as we see another flag just waiting for a return to make this 4-0. And that is exactly what we get here, as OTB now down 4-0 with about 50 seconds left to go in this match. And this one is everything but over.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort on the OTB side, though. They are looking good. This 21R team's just looking really good.
Oh yeah, 20R looks solid.
Man, Rev is a terror with that Mangler as well.
Yes, their slaying ability is just it's great, right? It's good stuff from them. As Rev finally goes down here, 25, 13, and 11 score line, pulling that triple double. But looking over at Styles, I know we're on board with Primetime here, but Styles doing some good work on the side of OTB, 21 and 18, showcasing his Slayer ability. He's going to need a little bit of help from the rest of the squad going forward into the next couple matches, because, you know, we saw what happened when they all start getting organized, as Primetime picks up one more kill to close this one out as a 4-0 win for 20R, and 20R seems to be showcasing some of their ability here, and it's going to be up to OTB to stop that momentum as we move into Oddball on Recharge. And that is a map that setup is key, and you know, it's Oddball's so different than it was back in Halo 3, right? It's all about getting in that correct position each and every time you get that ball, so you're not giving an easy setup over to the other squad. And communication is going to be key here. Do you see, this being an opportunity for OTB to maybe bounce back a bit here, base guy, or do you think it's going to be a little bit of a mountain for them to climb at this point?
No, I definitely do. Much like Halo 3, I think Oddball is always kind of an odd, good choice of words, an odd game
here live on air, everybody.
Just on accident, it really came out. But I always see this as kind of an interesting game mode, especially for a team that is pretty tight. If they can get back on top of a little more slaying ability, we could see this one go OTB. Oddball, especially on a map like this where there's not a lot of places to play that ball. Otherwise, you're just waiting on time for it to sit dead. And that's just, we're going to see C, basically. I think that's what we're going to see out of them, the whole map.
Yep, as I swap myself in and out once again to keep this lobby from breaking. We've had a great time so far with it. And yeah, I mean, I really think I thought Live Fire Strongholds was going to be a tough one. I really think Strongholds is one of the toughest game modes for teams to upset a team that slays better than them just because of the constant rotation that goes out throughout the map. But OTB proved me wrong there. They showcased what they can do with their setup ability. CTF on Bazaar is tough. I mean, you got to think, the vast majority of that game was 1-0, right? The vast majority of it was 1-0. The other caps came when OTB hit that kind of desperation mode, which they're going to have to hit, right? You can't lose a game 2-0. There's no difference between a 5-0 loss and a 2-0 loss. So I think the series has been closer than we anticipated. I think Oddball is going to play a lot like the Strongholds one did, but I'd like to see OTB utilize some sandbox here, right? Maybe pull a Needler, Mangler, Sword. I want to see some sword plays. I want to see some slicing and dicing, baby, because it's back here in Halo Infinite as we have that wonderful sprint button. I want to see a slide into a slash, and I want to see somebody use that sword to really cut open the enemy team's defenses and help get some good setups going. There's some great setups to be had on gold or top A if you have that sword being utilized properly.
Absolutely. That sword can make magic happen on this map. There's so many vertical places that you can kind of sneak up on somebody. Oh my goodness. If you have a grapple on the sword on this map, you can absolutely terrorize.
I'd love to see some grapple slashes, baby. I'd love to see people have somebody
not Halo Infinite if you're not killing with style. I don't know what you're doing.
Hey, I think we're gonna see some. That's just what I'd like to see from OTB. They need to showcase their ability to use some of these sandbox items because the slaying ability on the side of 20R is stronger. And with that, you don't want to constantly be in BR fights against them. You want to have some things to skew the odds in your favor a bit. A Needler is easier to hit a clip on than it is for a BR sometimes. So utilize that. Get yourself set up. The pulse rifle at the top of the map. Over there on the Heaven Attic side. Utilize it. Get some headshots for your team. Really try to utilize those weapons that aren't power weapons, but they are powerful. And that could maybe be the difference here for OTB if they can take advantage of some of these sandbox items. So I'm going to let them know that the broadcast booth is ready. And we can start loading into this next map here with Recharge. I actually really do enjoy this map. The starting point will showcase a lot here. It'll be interesting to see how much each team prioritizes that initial fight over camo, because I think camo, if you can get that camo early, put it in your back pocket, then go grab sword. As we see, hopefully this lobby didn't just break, as I do see one of the teams hop on over. So we're gonna hopefully see if this is a broken lobby. I imagine it's going to be based off of what the teams look like a second ago as we were loading in. It's amazing. It's amazing though. The one time you don't do it, the one time you don't switch your squads in between each round, it'll break on you. And so that's why we try to hop on over to Observer, in and out of Observer between each round to really just help keep this lobby good, because there's nothing worse than having your momentum stop from a couple of different broken lobbies.
Yep, absolutely. Or one bad disconnect in the middle of a match. I mean, it's certainly happened to me.
Oh Lord, do not talk to me about bad disconnects. I'll have PTSD for a long time over those disconnects that happened in our TMG Red versus Ultraviolet match, as both teams had disconnects in totally crucial times.
I'm still fairly convinced I hold the record for most times Onyx. We're sitting
As
at
soon as
the
you had Onyx
12-time
disconnecting.
champ. I am the 12-time champ here, so we're holding strong in Onyx right now. But man, those disconnects hurt if you have a couple of them in one night.
Oh, absolutely. As it looks like we have a healthy lobby here that is not broken as we begin to load into match 4. And it's only a 2-1 series here, right? This is OTB's chance. They can get it tied back up here, have it 4 points apiece, sitting with the final 2 points up for grabs. So it's not been, that last game mode felt a little bit one-sided, but like I said, for the vast majority of it, it was 1-0. So it'll be interesting to see here, as I think we need to go along with Styles again to start this map. He was the biggest playmaker for OTB there on Bazaar, and I'd like to see him continue that playmaking ability for OTB here on Recharge.
We have another broken map. Oh, there it goes.
Nope, it's good. It's good. Don't put that evil on me, baby. Styles comes out aggressive, just chucking nades into control. And look at what he's got eyes on Sword. Wait, is he blowing it off the map? Oh my goodness, he just blew it off the map. Styles, you broke my heart, man. He bigs at it and throws the nade. Has my hopes
up. They may have been listening between games.
Styles has my hopes up about grabbing that sword and being the one to use to slice and dice through things, and he blows it off the map. I can't get over this one.
Cinder.
But hey, good stuff happening the way of OTB right now. Let's go on over to V-Sender right now, as I see he already has racked up 4 kills, getting some good callouts and some good early points here from OTB, as I think they have a gold setup going here, and it looks like a pretty strong one right now. Great assist. I love seeing assists being grabbed on this map, right? There's so many opportunities for cross shots here to put grid shots in for your teammates, as he shouldn't be contesting there as he gets naded out. That's what happens. And now we have E-Mains trying to survive gold with a lot of pressure here. He's holding ball. I'm riding alongside him. He drops it towards pipe side. A lot of pressure coming that way from Addict's side as he gets the nade off. But he does a good job of stalling for just long enough to help get his team back on a good spawn rotation. But now it is 20R with the setup here, and McBurgers is the one holding the ball here, but he goes down quickly. Great job by Styles and the red squad to get the ball out of the hands of 20R early, as E-Mains is chasing him down. And I'm on board with energizing here, as he is trying to peek across from control. He sees Liddy bottom control, but he's going to say, no, I see that mangler in your hand. I don't want any part of it. And he starts moving towards long haul, as a good run of points start going the way of 20R here. I like this positioning here by energizing. He's got a good chance to put some cross shots into anybody who's trying to push through that pipe side, but a lot of pressure coming on the rest of his squad. Can he clean it up? No. Great kills there by OTB as they get control back and break that setup early.
My goodness, I think we're really seeing an OTB that took that break in between games to sit down and say, hey, we need to turn this around right now. This is our chance. This is our opportunity. We need to put those slays in, and it's showing.
Yes. And Styles goes down as we jump on board with him. And Binky is absolutely right in the chat when he talks about Operation Fallen Angel Sword Edition. But that just felt so heartbreaking, because I just saw him looking at it and I was like, oh, he's about to do it. This is going to be the guy who gets it done for me. And he doesn't. He dashes all my hopes and dreams with one nade, as a couple trades happening pipes here. And I like how OTB is just grabbing ball time whenever they can, right? Those points add up over the course of time. Fago's putting some shots in, trying to help keep his teammate alive, but he does pick up E-Mains, although his teammate does die. And now we see a couple down from OTB. They need to get gathered back up, get an organized push going, and try to get a broken setup here once again. They've done a great job of that so far this map. OTB, I mean, 20R has not gotten many long runs with the ball yet. This is probably their longest run that they've had so far on this map. So it'll be interesting to see what OTB can do to counter it, as Styles is spotted out by Thygos, and he takes him out. Great job by Thygos there as he survives, and a good run of ball time here from 20R, as Thygos has 10 kills on the lobby so far.
Yeah, Thygos is having some fantastic shots. Yeah, we gotta stop calling people out here.
Yes, but look,
my goodness.
3 down for the red squad once again.
Yep.
And it looks very likely that 20R is going to take the lead here in the next couple of seconds as McBurgers is sitting here, top gold, with the ball, and he's racking it up. He's racking it up. He's got buddies on each of his flanks, and this is looking dangerous. This is what you want to see from 20R as they sit there, as he passes the Mangler over to one of his teammates, it looks like there, and he running it back towards Pipeside. Great awareness there. He's being chased down, but Styles is there waiting for him, and I'd like to see Styles take that back out. But he does have the ball still. I'm on board with Styles as, oh yeah, gold was emptied out pretty much by 20R, and he is sitting here top gold. He's got some support long haul. I'd like to see him peek back over because V-Sender's about to be under quite a bit of pressure on the other side of the map. Great job by Liddy surviving for a bit there. Smart play by OTB there to get that ball out, knowing the pressure was coming. And a jump over the head and a great play as Energizing is the one running with the ball now. But Liddy with a huge double kill there, doing a great job of helping keep his team in charge. It's 85-82 here as we are on board with Liddy, who just went down as he took a kill there. Ball is out in the middle of the map, and it is in OTB's hands before they go down really quickly here. But once again, OTB getting more ball time. V-Sender has it in his hand. They're 10 seconds away from it. If V-Sender can survive here, he's running it up towards the pipe side. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He's just got to run around for one more second, and he does. He gets the job done, and that's round one over to OTB, baby.
Yeah, that scrappy ball time, you know, it really, really adds up. And they did such a fantastic job of just juggling it around, making sure somebody was holding it at all times.
Yes, McBurger's moving topside here, looking for this team to get some momentum going, but that's exactly what OTB needed, was to get a good start on this map, because now the momentum's back in their favor. We see V-Sender going for the OS, and good trades by E-Mains there, as McBurgers is trying to control their Attic side. He is going to go grab the ball, though. He's going to bring it back up to Attic and get it in gold. This entire series has been played around this gold side, and there's the active camo coming in, but a great reversal by McBurgers on V-Sender as the wonky beatdown mechanic in Halo Infinite is utilized to full effect by both players there. Great win by McBurgers there. We're going
to see them move this over to an A setup?
That may be the smart play there.
I said right away C, and they haven't even made an attempt, neither team, to do so.
Yeah, that's huge for them to get. I think it's great for 20R to get it out of that gold side, because I think OTB is very comfortable playing it there, but we're about to find out how comfortable they are on this side as well. As great double kill by V-Sender before he goes down to Thigh Ghost, and that was looking like it was going to be a little bit of control for OTB, but once again we just see some constant slaying going around both squads here. And let's go on board with V-Sender for a bit, as he's the one been sticking his nose in all the business so far. He picks up another kill. He's calling out prime time there on bottom control. E-Mains is looking to try to clean that up. Energizing down there on Camo Pit. He's got him spotted out, but he can't get any good shots on it, and now getting some good ball time for OTB as they have their players all red side. I like these cross shots coming from Attic here. That's going to be huge if he can keep doing it for his squad. Surviving on glass, sneaking across. But now there's a lot of deaths happening on that red side. I'd like to see Styles get that ball out of there if he possibly can, and he does. It's a great job by Styles. And a huge triple kill by Energizing, as he's utilizing that pulse rifle to full effect to really help get his squad some control on this map.
Yeah, you were certainly talking about it earlier. They're not necessarily full-on power weapons, but they are powerful weapons. So you get a good headshot with that thing, and it's devastating.
Yes. And that's a great job by OTB, picking up a couple kills there, but it cost them a lot in that process. As we see Liddy, on the batteries there, Energizing, still sitting with that pulse rifle, still looking for those shots. E-Mains takes one shot out of it, does a great job surviving and putting some good BR shots in on him. And, you know, it's interesting. I don't see OTB utilizing a lot of the sandbox items. They're doing a great job just picking up some kills, but that's a killing spree on the side of 20R, and a lot of red X's up on the field. And I see him looking for the energy sword here.
There it
I
is.
see him picking
There
it up.
it is.
We're staying on board with Energizing because I want to see some slicing and dicing. He's like, I'd rather have my BR back than this other weapon that is out of ammo. And he's going to be sitting seaside waiting for some pressure to come. V-Center's waiting there long haul. I don't know if he's got eyes on him yet. He does see him now, putting some shots BR. Great win, a good perfect that was what was needed there to win that fight. And this is a much better round from 20R here. And oh my gosh, Liddy grapples right into the cut as he did not see
how
that
I intended for them to use the grapple, but my goodness, what a sword kill.
Yes, OTB closes the gap there, and I've probably been calling it wrong. I've probably been calling it pulse rifle because I'm a moron all game long.
I think I said it. It's okay.
Yes, and we're on with Daigo, so please forgive me for my ignorant statements, everybody. Daigos moves along, and he's the one with the sword now, sitting here back C, looking to get a setup, and this is a good little setup spot. They've kept the map, they kept it out of gold here this entire map, and it's paid off for them as now we have a 100-22 round 2 win going the way of 20R.
That's a little bit more of what I expected. That C setup is so strong, so even if it does fold, that ability to play the ball is so unique on this map, but they didn't need to.
No, yeah, I mean, you haven't really seen playing balls being the most important aspect of the game anymore. It's a totally different type of oddballs game, and you know it's good to see these teams really use it. As you know, as I correct myself now and point out that it was the shock rifle, not the pulse rifle, that makes the difference in that last match, and I'd like to see OTB start utilizing some of that, as we hope that the rest of these squads can get some kills going. V-Center starting strong here in the early parts of this round, and trying to be the one to carry his team to victory here. It's 1-1, and this is a huge game for points here. But once again, we're seeing some points go the way of 20R, and I think it's mainly down to just their little bit better ability to slay.
Yeah, certainly think you're onto something there. And the A setup. I guess there's no reason to rotate it here. This is fantastic, though.
We've got to go on board with Thygos here, as I believe he's the one with the sword, as he's sitting elevator side, just waiting for somebody on OTB to get a little too close, and he's going to be waiting for him down bottom here. He's after Liddy. Probably should have had the PR out there, but Liddy does end up going down to prime time, and just a lot of trades to both teams here. But trades are in the favor of 20R right now, as they are the ones ahead right now. They're the ones with ball control, and they're the ones bringing it gold side right now. As Rev drops the ball, though, maybe a little bit of a fumble there. He left the ball there at the doorway, but he's got a lot of help there, and the rest of the squad is going to pull it in, as he is sitting there on pipes, trying to help his squad. Liddy goes down. Great team shots there between Rev and Prime Time, as he's holding the ball, getting some valuable time here for his squad.
Yeah, they've certainly designated Rev as the ball carrier here. 149 points on objective. Wow,
great kill
turn
there
though
by Rev. Yeah, great job. He just got the call out from his teammate. V-Center takes him out though. Good. We got some ball control here from OTB. Now the map is on gold side, right? Liddy's the one sitting here with the ball, top gold, and this is the side of the map that OTB liked last series. Let's see if they can hold it and do a good job with it. Oh, great use by the shock rifle by Prime Time, as you came around that corner and your life ended very quickly if you were Liddy there. Great looks here. Good nade coming in.
They'll play on
Isles and
OTB,
V-Center doing a great job taking him out. Great job by V-Center, as two go down the side of 20R. And V-Center picks up another with the help of his teammates. And V-Center has 8 kills on the round, and he's doing a great job keeping his team in this, as well as Styles with his 5 kills, as McBurgers is coming under fire as soon as he leaves control. And this is the control that we like to see from OTB that they showcased last time this ball was on this side of the map. Styles and E-Mains sitting here on Energizer side, elevator side here. I apologize, as Styles is looking for some shots here, and he goes down to McBurgers, and E-Mains cleans up one there at elevator, looking to clean up the other. He's still alive. Yes, he does. He does get the kill on Energizing. But the ball is now back in the hands of 20R, and they're doing a good job of saying, nope, done with the gold side of the map. That is not where we want to be. What is up, Corrupt Play in the chat? I see you down there, my friend. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, 20R's doing a really good job of paying attention to where OTB is strongest on this map and just absolutely playing that advantage to it. Although OTB takes it and runs it. Let's see.
Yeah, OTB
Get
getting
that
it
C
now, and
setup.
they're taking it C here as we're on board
And this is
with
their first
Liddy,
C setup,
going
isn't it?
for the energy sword. I appreciate you, Liddy. Let it be known that I am a huge fan of somebody who grabs the energy sword as he takes out Energizing with a slice and a double kill on Rev McBurgers with the energy sword as Primetime stops all the good times that we were having with the energy sword there and takes him out. But great play ball there as E-Mains takes this ball over towards gold side, and once again we see the great setup here by OTB and a 15-point lead as this round starts coming to a close. All
They
right.
know the sword's on stairs though.
Oh, who has the sword in their hand at the moment?
That's Primetime. Primetime has a sword pushing through gold down towards pipes.
Yes, he's coming through. That ball is sitting there in Turbine. That's a great job of OTB by OTB getting that ball out of the gold side, taking out V-Center, getting a takeout there. Thygos has the ball in his hand now, and he takes it back into gold as we're going to see some mad slaying here as this game starts winding down and seconds start becoming very precious here. As E-Mains looks there on Addict's side, the ball gets rolled out to E-Mains there. He has a little bit of a fumble, I think, here. Or no, he had some Energizing coming long haul there, causing some problems. As some shots come in, I don't know if that's a shock nade or shots coming in. V-Center coming in, trying to clean up this kill, takes out Energizing, and now, there's 3 down though on the side of OTB. That push cost them a lot, and that's going to put the ball in Primetime's hands as as 20R continues to get a couple more points.
OTB does have numbers over there on C. Yeah,
Yes.
I was just looking at that.
Styles sitting here with the Mangler. This is great if you're OTB. This last trade was huge for you as they're 10 points away now, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of support coming towards this side from 20R. I don't think they're going to have time to get the final points they need, and this is going to be OTB's round, baby, and that's game 4 going the way of OTB as we tie this series up.
Tie.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. 2-2 on the series, and we're going to a decisive game 5.
OTB is proving they are still in it. Their heads are on. They're ready to keep playing this game. Oh, man.
My goodness. Great job by OTB there. That's exactly what I wanted to see from them. They rotated. They stuck to their game plan. You know, you saw them. They tried to get a gold every time they had a chance to. But then right there at the end, they got some callouts. They got the ball out, and they took it C. And they had some favorable spawns that popped up. Spawns are so important in Halo Infinite, especially when you're playing these objective game modes in Oddball, where the maps are bigger and you've got to chase things a lot more than you used to. And just a reminder to everybody in the lobby, let's go ahead and rotate ourselves in and out of Observer so we don't break this one, because we're going to Slayer Aquarius game 5, a 2-2 series, 2 points up for grabs, and some bragging rights here early on in the season for both of these squads as they're both looking to put a W on their around their reputation going into the rest of this season. Do you see some momentum going the way of OTB in this coming match?
I do. You know, Aquarius is such an interesting Slayer map too. So if they can use that teamwork that they've really been taking advantage of in these objective games and really apply it in a Slayer map, we could see them strip this one. I'm still kind of leaning towards 20R. Just going and looking at their scoreboard here, every single one of them is positive. And not only were they positive, they were all helping each other with their shots. The lowest assist here was 12, which was the highest on OTB. So I don't want to say like it's going to be 20.
The heart says one thing. The heart says one thing. The brain's telling you another. I get it.
I want E to win, but I think this one's going 20R. But hey, you never know. They're coming off of one heck of a win.
Oh yeah.
And they were heating up at the end of it too. A lot of those plays were starting to look pretty sharp. So let's see what they've got for them.
Let's
248 to 222.
Yeah, this is going to be a great series here. Hopefully, we can get a great culminating game 5 here, as both teams have worked very hard this entire series. as we're just waiting for prime time to get back over onto the proper team here before we launch off this map. But yeah, Aquarius Slayer is going to be one of those maps that is, it's tough to control, right? I mean, there's a lot of corners. I think it is the best map on Infinite at the moment. But it's going to be interesting to see. There's some sandbox weapons to have some fun with that heat wave. If you can get the angles right on it, there is, there's some opportunities there with maybe a needler. But I think we're going to see a lot of BR fights, and it's going to be all about team shots here and some active camo control. I love to see that active camo heat wave combo. I want to see that come into play. And I think V Cinder was one of the main guys for OTB last series, and I'd like to hop on board with them first as we see what he does off of the spawn. I expect somebody to anchor here in base to put some shots across, maybe make some calls for the squad. But it's not a CTF game mode, right? We're probably not going to see the same overload and utility that we do in CTF game modes. And it'll be interesting to see where the setup is going to be for OTB, what they're going to be looking for as their main thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think for them, extending too far on this map is going to be so dangerous against a team with the kind of slaying power that 20R has. Because as soon as they let anything slip, 20R is going to take advantage of it.
V-Center looking to move up on the top 50 here as he sits across, and great nades by Energizing as he throws it towards... great nades by Liddy. I'm so sorry. I must be on board with the wrong perspective here, as V-Cinder is now moving over towards utility side. So I believe my scoreboard is not quite updating quite right, because I think there's a kill on the side of OTB. Yeah, they're down to -1. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the scoreboard here. 6 kills to the way of OTB to start here. Not quite sure what the scoreboard. I'm getting word that there's some issues on the other side of the lobby, so we're gonna pull a stop to this one. There's some issues on the other side of the lobby, so we're gonna pull a stop to this one. I'm gonna disappear for 1 second and go let only the best know to reset the map.
Man, I wonder what happened over there. Interesting. I wonder if they had somebody AFK there. Halo so trash. Oh.